Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, Dave and Kim K.
No. We all right?
Kim Kardashian is brought to tears in the trailer for Letterman's Netflix show. We have a preview. Plus,
Listen, it's a really fun movie. It's fun. And
can we get a hallelujah? Whoopi wants a Sister Act 3. Then our friend Gerard from Soul Bowl is back with us, and he's bringing along his newest concept, my favorite chicken wings. And grab the hockey mask. We're heading to Camp Crystal Lake. A new list counts down the most iconic horror movies of all time. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. We are live from our studios in the Twin Cities. Welcome to the Jason Show. Happy day to you. Happy midweek. I'm Jace. And please, welcome my sidekick sister, Kendall. Hello, Kendall.
Hello. Hello, Jason. Hello, everyone.
How you doing?
Pretty good. I like Wednesdays.
I do. I do too. I do too. It's like
do.
midweek. It's like, okay, we're almost there. You know, we could see Friday in the horizon. It's down the bike trail, down there. Look, there it is, Friday.
Yeah, oh, hey. So
Hey,
close.
I see ya.
Yeah.
How was your night? Did you do anything exciting? Anything revelatory? Anything fun? Anything?
Revelatory. Oh, man.
know.
Oh, I watched the first episode of Ratchet.
Oh, on Netflix.
Yes, I did.
The origin story of Nurse Ratchet. We named it a big item, a best thing ever. Did you like it?
I did. I really did like it. And I, without spoiling anything, can say I called what happens at the end of the first episode. Okay.
Great. You and Jeff both. And Colin is the same way. He can predict. I guess I just try. I'm like in the moment. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I can't predict it. I just let it roll over me. But Jeff, there's a little surprise at the end of the first episode. And yeah, Jeff did the same thing. Jeff predicted what happened.
Yeah.
I did not see it coming.
Jordan was like, what? Wait, who? Wait, where? I'm like, were you not listening to like half of this?
Yeah, it's so good. Again, not for everybody. There's gore, but Ratchet on Netflix. Well, while you're watching that, you know, on Tuesdays I have my girls' night with my girls, the BFFs, Jen and Lisa Lacourcier, favorite last name. So we went out. You know, we've been doing this for years, and we usually go out and enjoy maybe a cocktail. I don't drink during the week. But this is the day we have a little cocktail, and I had a horrible day yesterday. So I was like, okay. And yeah, and we went out. So we get to the place. We get to the 1029, and we're sitting there, and Jen walks up. And she goes, "I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to drink. I'm on a cleanse." And I went, "Oh." She basically, and good for her. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of her. She's like, you know, I'm going to get healthy. So she's doing this cleanse where she can basically eat a pea, like one little pea, and she can have a bar, and then water and a half a glass of tea. I'm making that up, but she can't. So we're sitting there. So I bring this up because we didn't know what to do. Lisa and I, we didn't know what to do. Do you continue to order as normal, or do you, because you don't want to eat in front of her? What would you do?
I would ask, which I'm sure is what you two did. I'd be like, are you sure you're okay with me getting something?
Yeah.
But it does, you are just very aware of it. You feel bad.
I did. I felt bad.
Yeah.
Now, we went right ahead and ordered a lobster roll, but we felt bad. And then Jen gets home. She gets home, and she sends me a text. She gets home. Her husband ordered a giant pizza. Ate it right in front of her.
Oh, that would be way worse. That'd be way worse.
Just I'm going to get a large Devani's, and ate it right in front of her. Yeah, it's hard. Anybody that's done any type of short-term diet or cleanse, and you're around people that are eating. So we ordered, but I did ask. I said, do you mind? She said, I don't care, but it's hard.
Applaud you, Jen.
Yes,
we
applaud you, Jen.
you.
I'm going to do something similar next week. I'm going to do a little week off. Yeah, but
Can we do it together?
let's do it together, and then we're both going to be in horrible moods.
Yes.
I'm going to be in a horrible mood all week. Or as Jeff would say, what's the difference between any other day of the week, right, Jeff? Yeah, there we go. It's time for the hot dish, everybody. Here we go. Let's do this. First up, The king of all media is not ready to hang up his microphone just yet. According to reports, my buddy Howard Stern is nearing a contract renewal with SiriusXM that would pay him nearly $120 million a year. Did you hear that? $120 million a year. His previous 5-year contracts, which also covered his staff, topped out at $100 million. As you can imagine, here's the deal. He's worth it. Howard is the biggest draw in satellite radio, bar none. Done. I mean, we could just end that sentence. And it comes as SiriusXM is going to transfer to a new CEO. And this is where I love Howard, because he's been very open about this. Howard has a great relationship with the bigwig over there at Sirius. Howard trusts him, and Howard has made a bit off of bashing his bosses, going all the way back to his boss at WNBC, who he famously called Pig Vomit. And then Pig Vomit was a character on Howard Stern's movie. Anyway, he made a character he made it okay, and then Letterman did it too, of making fun of your boss and publicly on your show.
Right.
So Howard hasn't always liked his boss. He likes this dude. He trusts this dude. This dude is leaving. So I think Howard and his agent are a little bit like, okay, if we stay, what's this new person going to be like? Mm-hmm. Everyone says this new woman that's getting ready to take over Sirius knows how much Howard is worth. Because let's be honest, let's not beat around the bush. If Howard Stern leaves Sirius, that's it. It's over.
Yeah,
just close the door.
Really
I mean, it
there?
is, Jeff. I think it is. I think it because the trends are moving to podcasts.
Yes.
Not to satellite radio. The trends are moving to podcasts. Mm-hmm. SiriusXM or satellite radio has one giant star, Howard Stern. You take that star out of the galaxy, you know what you get? A black hole.
Black hole. Well,
nothing in there.
It is true. I mean, because it's podcasts with talk shows, and then Sirius, I mean, you could listen to the kind of music you wanted to, but now all you have to do is buy like a $20 thing, put it in your car, and you can listen to any of your music stations. You know, like you've got your iTunes, you've got your Spotify.
Anything.
So you don't really need it.
I love you, Howard. Baba Booey. Next in the dish. We're getting a look at the new season of, it's like my broadcast people here. Let's put in a story about Oprah, and we have the triangle. We're getting a look at the new season of David Letterman's Netflix show. My guest needs no introduction. This trailer is so good. Look at this.
I don't want the details of being in prison.
Are you sure?
I'm uncomfortable.
All right, good.
No. We all right?
I don't know why I'm crying. I've talked about this before.
I was shocked that nobody ever talked about what it feels like to watch a man get murdered that way by a man in a police uniform. But I don't want retroactive justice. I don't want you to get him after I'm dead. I want you to stop it.
When I was wearing a leotard on stage and saying I love myself, people were like, how dare she love herself? How could she?
Is there a factor of envy in this?
I know that I'm beautiful and I'm successful, so make fun of me now.
Make fun of me now. I love you, Lizzo. This season, as you can see, Dave interviews Lizzo, Robert Downey Jr., Dave Chappelle, and Kim Kardashian West, who, as you saw there, a totally different side of Kim. I mean, hopefully, a more revealing side. Crying. We don't know. Everyone's wondering why she was crying. We don't know why. We don't know the topic that Dave brought up. Maybe her family.
I've got guesses.
What's your guess?
Kanye. I think probably just about the different things that we've heard about him with his mental health.
Yeah, his struggles with mental health.
That's my guess that would be what would bring her to be emotional.
I'll say it again. People know I love Dave. I think this format is so good for Dave. Yeah. I'm so glad, his idol, my idol, Johnny Carson, disappeared from TV after he retired in '92 and nobody ever saw him again. I'm glad that Dave didn't do that following his retirement. And I'm glad he's doing this because this format, him one-on-one with somebody for an hour, an unrestricted hour, where he doesn't have to worry about being a traffic cop. And what I mean by that is, okay, we only have 4 minutes and then we got to do a commercial and then we got to talk about spinach, and then we got to do this. He doesn't have to do that, He can just have a great conversation. And that's one of the great things about Dave. He's a good conversationalist.
I'm excited for that Lizzo one, because he goes into her home. I think that brings a whole other side of people out, because you're comfortable,
Yep. The new season drops on October 21st on Netflix. Next in the dish, there is no harder ticket in showbiz than being in the audience for Saturday Night Live. But during a pandemic, things are a little different. On Saturday night, the show had a live audience, but it wasn't made up of people who waited for years. Instead, due to New York State regulations banning live audiences unless they're paid, everyone in the crowd was paid $150. According to the New York Times, attendees signed up on a ticket website, IOTA, and were asked to request between 7 and 9 tickets to share with people in their social bubble to lessen the risk. Oh, that's interesting. That's a very, see, I wondered how they were going to do that.
Yeah.
Because that studio it's not as large as you think it is. And again, it's another confined space. So.
Yeah, I think that's pretty key. This 7 to 9 people. I mean, how cool is that though? You get a ticket. You're like, hey, y'all want to come and get $150 to watch SNL?
Because for people, I referenced it in the story, people wait years for that ticket. There's always overflow. Like people can wait outside for a chance for a cancellation. But it's just like when I was a kid. I mentioned this yesterday, Bozo. You had to wait as a kid in Chicago. You had to wait for Bozo tickets for years before you were even born.
Just think like the phrase, you just had to wait for Bozo.
I know.
It's just great.
Oh, you did, and I never got to play that grand prize game.
So
Maybe one day
sorry.
we'll do it here. I've lived out so many dreams on the Jason Show. Maybe one day Jeff will get 6 buckets and a ping pong ball, and I'll be able to I don't know why that's funny. I think people would enjoy that. We don't have, I just found out we don't have the budget for 6 buckets and a ping pong ball.
Sorry.
I used it all on my microphone that I paid for. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Stay with us, everybody.
Stay there, more hot dishes on the way. Next, Whoopi Goldberg wants back in the habit. Will a Sister Act 3 ever happen? Then, just when I thought I couldn't love our friend Gerard from Soul Bowl more, he goes and creates a new concept, chicken wings. We're taking you to bad wings. And how do you make a movie with absolutely no dialogue? Well, a husband and wife filmmaking team from Minnesota knows the trick. You'll meet them coming up.
You gotta come back to broadcast, Jerry. No, they're getting killed by cable. They'll let me say anything now. Last night I said, we'll give you and they were like, hilarious, just do it. Every word of that sentence just got bleeped, I think, including and especially. I'm tired. I'm a little tired. I'm just a little tired. I apologize. I apologize for the salty talk. I've been shouting jokes into an Altoid can and throwing it off an overpass for 8 months now. I have no idea if anyone even watches this. There's no evidence that I'm not just shouting these into a sock.
I watch it.
Oh, you do?
I watch it.
Oh, that's nice, Jerry. That's nice.
I do.
Would you?
But I mean, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad to watch.
Yeah, but it's a catharsis. It's a catharsis either way, right?
Yeah, I like you, and I like the show, and I like. Well, I mean, I'll watch it for somebody I want to see.
Yeah.
And but your essential awkwardness and discomfort.
Yeah.
Is always entertains me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That's why people watch this show. The awkwardness of it all. Yeah. Jerry on Colbert last night. We were just talking about people think, if you look at that, you think that Colbert is still at home.
Yeah.
He's actually not at home, and this is what I don't understand. He's back at the Ed Sullivan Theater, but he's not on a set. He's upstairs in an office that they've lit. So I don't know, is CBS using his set for something else?
That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. And then like Jimmy Fallon is back in his set, but it's not his set. You know what I mean? Jimmy Fallon's not.
Oh yeah, he's got the weird.
He's in his weird,
thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. Our friend producer Carl works for NBC now. I should just ask him. Yeah. But he hasn't taken my call in like 4 years, so I don't know. He's very big now. He left. He's very big now.
It is. Maybe the sets just like feel too big.
Maybe.
Without an audience and without.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I miss ours. I always look over here like, hi.
To talk to them.
Like a sad dog. Hi. There's the people.
Oh, wait.
More dish for you now. Music fans around the world are remembering one of the biggest names in rock and roll. Eddie Van Halen died yesterday after a long battle with throat cancer. He founded Van Halen and wrote some of their biggest hits. Listen. I don't need to tell music fans this. Van Halen was known for his skill on the electric guitar, contributing one of the most well-known guitar solos in music history. Listen to this. That's Van Halen playing the iconic solo from Michael Jackson's mega hit Beat It. And get this, Eddie did that as a favor to Quincy Jones, producer Quincy Jones. He never got paid for it. He never got paid for his contribution for that song. He did perform it with MJ live several times, so I'm sure Michael gave him a few dollars, for that.
Right.
Yeah. Eddie Van Halen was just 65 years old. And I was hearing people talk this morning on the radio. I was flipping around, and for non-music fans, Van Halen, Eddie created his own sound, and that's hard to do. You have pop music, and you have country music, and you have hip hop. He created a sound with his guitar. It was different than anybody had ever done before. That's an icon. I always say that word's overused, but he was once rated, I think it was in 2012, the best guitar player in music. I think it was on a list in 2012.
Well, and I think Van Halen, just sort of the band itself, and then clearly that means him, just really stretches all the generations. I don't really know anyone who doesn't know who Van Halen is.
No, and it was the 80s. Jeff and I were just talking while we were listening to that. Van Halen was the 80s. There's a lot of bookmarks and benchmarks and things that you can put, oh, that's 80s, Reagan and Ferris Bueller and don't laugh at me, but Dallas and the Golden Girls and Michael Jackson. Van Halen is the 80s, MTV. I mean, it's all, if you put a lockbox of memorabilia from the 80s, you gotta have Hot Teacher in there. You gotta have the album in there. So next in the dish, Anne Heche lasted 4 weeks on Dancing with the Semi-Stars. Her elimination was a bit of a, and according to insiders, she was not happy after being eliminated. She apparently stormed off the set after the show and didn't do any press. Her frustration comes after she had just opened up about her relationship with Ellen for the first time in 20 years. She said when the two went together to her movie premiere for Volcano, they were kicked out, and she was fired from her multi-million-dollar picture deal with 20th Century Fox. Fox is not commenting. She said it took 10 years before she worked another movie. She later explained sharing her story and then getting voted out the same night. Didn't sit well with her. Yeah. Is it a coincidence? We don't know. But you know what it does prove is we've made a lot of advancements in this area in gay rights and the viewpoints of gay Americans. But this also proves that we still have a long way to go, and that wasn't that long ago. You can put a bookmark there. There's pre-Ellen and pre-Will and Grace and post. Even in a post-Will and Grace culture, the fact that Anne can be fired, allegedly, from her deal because she talked about her relationship with Ellen, that's gross. That shouldn't be happening. I mean, it shouldn't have been happening ever, but shouldn't be happening in the latter half of the 20th century.
No, I was surprised. I had no idea. I mean, a lot of that happened before my time of knowing anything pop culture. But I was really surprised. Like, if that's all true, she lost all these things, and it was all just because of who she loved.
Yeah, I've lost out on things before. I always tell the story of I was doing a radio gig before My Talk, and I was doing a fill-in, and I was told by the host that if I ever wanted to fill in again, I needed to, quote, not be so gay.
Excuse me?
And I looked at that person, and you know me, so you probably know what I said. And I never filled in for that person ever again, and never returned because no, I didn't hide who I was in '97. Didn't hide who I was when I started here in 2000. Won't hide who I am right now. Next in the dish, what? That's the reaction from the original members of the cast of Beverly Hills 90210. Remember the story? Jessica Alba claimed that when she was there doing like a guest role, she was told, and other guest stars with her, they could not look the main actors in the eye, or else they would be thrown off the set. Jessica played a guest role in the show in '98 and said the rule was strange because she had done a scene looking Jenny Garth's character in the eye. Jason Priestley says he doesn't know where that rule came from, but says he always tried to make guest stars feel welcome. I actually believe that from Priestley. I do. Tori Spelling says there may have been a memo that they didn't know about. Sure. Jenny Garth says she has the world's worst memory, so she doesn't know. Oh, I forgot. And Ian Ziering says he doesn't know if it's true or not, but that someone probably told her that. So at least Ian is kind of copping to it. But come on, you are going to remember if you tell someone not to look me in the eye, you're going to remember when you do that, or when you have your representation do that. I remember when I told director Leo that. I said, don't. It was in season 2. I said, Leo, from henceforth, never look me in the eye. And Leo, since that day, you never look me in the eye, right? No, Minister. That's right.
No.
That's right.
The other thing too is I just have to ask, management wise, if you didn't say it and your management only did, you didn't notice people constantly looking everywhere but at you while they were talking to you?
Thank you. That's a little weird too.
Come on.
When you notice,
right.
Hi Jenny Garth.
Is there something in my teeth?
Don't give me that memory crap. You remember it.
Whatever.
Next in the dish, Whoopi Goldberg was on with James Corden last night. He is a big fan, like we all are, of Sister Act 1 and 2. More 1 than 2. And asked her if there ever could be another one. Look.
And I'm watching and thinking, why hasn't Sister Act 3 happened?
Because for a long time, they kept saying no one wanted to see it. And then quite recently, it turns out that may not be true. People might want to see it. So we're working diligently to try to figure out how to get the gang together and come back.
Oh my God, I would love it so much.
It's a really fun movie. It's fun and it feels good, and nobody's mad. Nobody, it's just listen, bad singing, great singing, okay singing, and then nuns.
Yeah.
What's better than that?
Sister Act debuted in '92, made $230 million. Back then they were like, yeah, we're doing another one. Get that outfit. And then they made a sequel, and that came out a year later. So, and now Whoopi has said before on The View that she has heard that the executives of Disney who own the rights, they don't want to do it. It's them. It's the people of Disney that don't want to do it. Y'all have done, and look, I love Mickey Mouse. I love Disney. I'll still criticize them. Y'all have done some really dumb movies, like that Talking Dog movie with Harrison Ford that just came out. The CG. What? You know it was ridiculous. You do a movie.
I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, you do a movie about a dog, and you do a computer-generated dog. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're real dogs, still walking around. 2020 is weird, but ain't that weird. But anyway, so you greenlight that piece of crap, but you won't give money to a known franchise. You won't do that.
Weird. But you didn't like number 2, right?
I didn't like
Neither
number
of you
2.
did?
Well, I didn't like number 2 as much as number 1. However, I will say for your generation, you guys don't. You people. You guys, the youngins. You guys love number 2, just like you love Hocus Pocus. Your generation. I think it's because Lauryn Hill's in that in number 2. You guys love Sister Act 2. I've heard from a lot of millennials and Zers and Yers. But I'm partial to number 1. You can't beat that.
Just get all your letters in. The Z's, the Y's,
yeah.
The millennials.
I mean, everybody wanted to be a nun after that movie. A singing nun. Everybody did. Jeff thought about it for a couple weeks. And he's like, I'm going to do TV instead. Yeah. Still ahead, everybody. A Minnesota couple teams up to make a film in Minnesota, but with no dialogue. What? Scooby? We'll tell you how that's going to work. But next, it could be the future restaurants of restaurants. Gerard from Soul Bowl will join us with his latest wings concept and where you can find it. You know we love chicken wings here. Gerard is coming up next. Stay with us, everybody. Bum, 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 bum. Welcome back. There is a new wings restaurant in the Twin Cities. And if his first restaurant was any indication, you're going to want to visit this place today and a lot. Please welcome back to our show the owner of Bad Wings and, of course, our favorite Soul Bowl, our good friend, Gerard. Hello, Gerard.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
I'm really good. I'm really good.
Good. Yeah, first I want to say thank you. Gerard, maybe we'll play it a little bit later. If you see the commercials on our station for our new season with our new theme. We shot that with Miss Shannon and Aaron in front of Soul Bowl. We wanted to spotlight one of our favorite places, and we chose you, and thank you for doing it that day.
No problem. It was good to have the crew there. I like the new commercials.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Well, I like your new concept, Bad Wings, and it's a collaboration. Tell the folks about it if you would.
Yeah, so Bad Wings is a collaboration with Bad Wings and Glam Doll. And so we have this kind of foodie heaven wing and donut mashup going on, which is really exciting. And we kind of wanted to have this local place where people can come. It seems like something that Minneapolis should have. And we wanted somewhere where vegans and vegetarians and people gluten-free can come and enjoy a wing experience. So it's fast casual. There's no sports. It's kind of more of a sit down family atmosphere when you come in. But there's a lot of fun flavors that have like a little Southern twist on it. And we're featuring some things like cauliflower wings, Vings, which is a vegan wing from our good friends at Herbivore's Butcher, and a lot of great crazy flavors like a nacho wing, or a mambo sauce, or even a very, very hot, spicy hot tamale.
And Gerard, you guys you're doing kind of a customizable wing experience. What can people do?
Yeah, so what's fun is that we have 15 different sauces and rubs, and then 4 different styles of wings. So between there's a lot of different combinations where you can pick whether, you want to go boneless. Some people get the cauliflower wings for an appetizer. We do a jumbo whole wing, which is a tri-tip whole wing that's roasted, and then we just flash fry it to make it crispy. So you can really pick what you're looking for. And if you got a family that's picky eaters, everybody can kind of get the wing that fits their taste palette.
Gerard, you know this, there's a lot of places that offer wings. Most places have it on the appetizer. You know, when you're looking for a concept, you're looking for like a hole in the market or a niche that you can fill. What was it, Gerard, that you wanted to accomplish with Bad Wings?
I wanted to bring all of those flavor profiles under one roof, and I also wanted to make it something where people did have different dietary restrictions. I have a lot of friends who are vegan and vegetarian, and they never really had like that buffalo wing experience. And so we wanted to kind of lean into that, and also just wings and donuts, something that didn't really exist. And, in this market and restaurants, it's hard to do something new. And so that was something that we thought would be fun and a good addition to Northeast.
I was talking to some business owners this week. I referenced this yesterday with another entrepreneur, and I mentioned you and your collaboration with our friends at Glam Doll. Don't you think, Gerard, this is one of the positive things, one of the few that's coming from this COVID economy, where entrepreneurs like yourself are seeking out other local partners, which benefits both of you, both in publicity and in inspiration and creativity, don't you think?
Yeah, it was a really good balance for us to be able to bounce off of each other and be able to use both of our clientele. This is a difficult time to open restaurants, and so there is some strength in numbers, so to speak, for us working together. And I think that you're going to see that become a little bit more trend in the industry for some of the restaurants to be able to stay alive during this difficult time.
You mentioned the Ving, which is the vegetarian or the vegan wing. What went into the process? And we've done stories with a Herbivore's Butcher. What was that process like? Because I'm sure, like most things, it's all about texture when you're trying to do that. What were you looking for in that vegan option of wing?
So we actually tested a couple different products that they have, and we used one of their products at Soul Bowl for vegan fried chicken. So we were familiar, but we were looking for something that kind of has that pull apart, like when you have a chicken breast, so you can kind of pull it. So we're looking for that, and then something that had a meaty enough texture to hold up and give us some good crunch on the outside and be able to hold the sauce. So it took a couple different trials. But we found something that's working pretty great, and it's got really good reception so far.
Before we go, how's your staff? How's your team doing?
They're doing pretty good. They're excited to be back to work and just to be something different. They're doing good and just working out the kinks. And they've been enjoying some wings themselves. So it's been a fun time. Fun also to get some new employees. There's a lot of people that we have that weren't working for a little while, so to get them back to work has been fun and exciting as well.
I say it all the time, if people are watching, you're looking for an easy way to support the local economy and to help out, this is a way. Get takeout, support these local restaurants. We need them, both for the culture and for the jobs that they provide. Gerard, I just, every time you do something, it's great knowing you, and I couldn't be happier for you. So please tell your wife I said hello.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Gerard. Everybody, for more information, head to badwings.com and go support him. Seriously. Soul Bowl is in the Gray's Food Hall in my neck of the woods, in the North Loop of Minneapolis. But seriously, he's such a good guy. And, you know, if you always wonder how we book people on the show that we know are good, just good entrepreneurs, and we love putting them in front of you so you in turn support them. So give Gerard and the family over there some love. He's just a great local guy, a great local businessman. Still ahead, we're running down some of the best Halloween movies of all time. Ooh, put your hockey mask on. That joke didn't get old when I was a kid. Anyway, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Are you Jason from Friday the 13th?
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Sure is. Welcome back. Who can forget that clip from the movie Beetlejuice, which came out 32 years ago this year.
Okay.
Gotta check my heart and my tie. Have you ever seen Beetlejuice?
It used to scare me too much.
Oh, I get it, yeah.
Because I was really young when it was really, really big.
Yeah. It's scary if you're a kid. There's a lot of like claymation and...
I just didn't like him. He was like...
Yeah, I loved him. October is the season of scary movies, and a new survey from Tubi names the most iconic Halloween movies of all time. So since it's Tubi, we can take this with a grain of salt and strongly disagree if we want to. Beetlejuice finished number 5. Okay, already disagreeing with it. Okay, let's check out a few others on the list. Number 4 is The Exorcist, which we won't show you this early in the morning. Because I don't want another day of emails. Third, though, we'll go to number 3. This is safe. Is a modern day classic. Look at this.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
What did you say?
Okay. Obviously, that's Drew Barrymore in the opening scene from Scream. Get this. She was originally cast in the lead role of Sydney, but had to change because of other commitments. So that's why you see her on the poster. They wanted to kind of like, psych, because they wanted to make you think that Drew was in the whole thing, but she was killed off. Spoiler alert for a 22-year-old movie, but she was killed off right away. She made Jiffy Pop and then she died. Yeah. I love Scream. I literally just bought it. It's one of my favorite movies. Is it number 3? No. That's repulsive.
What?
No, it's not number 3 of all time. No. Are you what? Let me quote Steel Magnolias. Are you high, Clarice? No. Moving on to number 2 on the list. It's the original Nightmare on Elm Street, featuring the villain Freddy Krueger. Oh, yeah, this movie scared me for years as a kid. The movie came out in '84, becoming a huge hit and spawning several sequels. Okay, this is number 2. I don't know. It's top 10 without a doubt. Is it number 2? Anyway, no, I don't think it's number 2. Now for the number 1 iconic Halloween movie. Do you know what this is?
I have a good guess.
Okay, because you read the script.
Yep.
Good. Here it is.
Halloween, the night he came home.
That's actually a moment. You know I love a good trailer from the original Halloween in '78. The movie was made for like $300,000, which back then, like right now, that's 75 cents. And went on to earn $70 million. Wow. And turned Jamie Lee Curtis into Scream Queen. I won't argue with this. This movie holds up. It is frightening for so many reasons. I find it's number 1. What I do not agree with is the fact that The Exorcist is not number 2. The Exorcist to this day, and I think all of you watching will agree, it is still the movie that freaks me out. Oh, that movie is horrifying.
Pretty bad.
I think because it's based in, like there could be a demon,
Yeah.
There could be a demon. I think there was a demon in my old house in St. Louis Park.
Oh.
Did I ever tell you that?
No, this one on a turn.
Yeah, I was sleeping one night and I looked up on the roof and there was a black figure, like Spider-Manning on the roof looking down at me. And
Are you being serious?
I'm being very serious. I'm not joking. It was like a form of sleep paralysis, but I looked up and the thing was looking down at me like hanging on the roof in like a human form. And I would see him, our closet was over there, and I would wake up sometimes and I would see that figure standing in the closet.
Well, stuff like that's like why people paranormal activity. That's like terrifying.
You can't mention that movie around me either. I didn't sleep for 6 months after watching that. Still ahead, everybody. We're chatting, speaking of movies, with a couple of local filmmakers about their latest movie, a thriller with no dialogue. We'll be right back. Sure, some people would like this show without dialogue.
Hello?
No, it's okay.
Well. It's a random Tuesday, isn't it? It's a clip from the movie 3-Day Weekend. If it has a really, look at it, if it has a Minnesota feel, it should, because it was shot here, and many of the people involved are, well, from Minnesota. 3-Day Weekend is now available on Amazon and sleepercell.tv. Please welcome the filmmakers, Wyatt McDill and his wife and producer, Megan Huber. Good morning, guys.
Hey there.
Good morning.
Wyatt, can I just acknowledge, and we've said this behind your back all morning, you have the best name I've heard in about 6 months.
Oh, thank you so much. I can't take any credit for it. It was my parents, but thank you so much.
Seriously, Wyatt, we called the people at Fox. Wyatt McDill sounds like an Ally McBeal spinoff. I love it.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yes.
Available.
Okay, so let's talk about the movie. First of all, that scene, even with no dialogue, is terrifying. So kudos to that. Where did this idea come from? Megan or Wyatt, either one of you?
Well, we just wanted to make a movie that we would want to watch. So I think we like complicated movies. I mean, the movie is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be like a piece of pepperoni pizza. It's good times. So we threw everything at it. It's like there's time jumps and there's character shifts in the character's point of view, and it's a great big puzzle, and it's all told with no dialogue. So it's just fun to watch.
Okay, so Megan, we've heard that. I've been saying it all morning. It's a movie with no dialogue. So what is, without revealing too much, because as Wyatt, you just said it's a puzzle, what is it about?
Yeah, the story is one of the ideas that Wyatt had when he was writing it is he loved the idea of someone that's never camped before winding up in the woods. So the character Ben, you see him at the beginning. Went through a breakup and he needs to get away from it all. And he comes across some bad guys in the woods, and he's trying to figure it out what's going on, how he can help. He's a good guy, and he just keeps stumbling further and further into this mess. And it's told from the different characters' points of view, as Wyatt said. So you get to see the story and find these clues to kind of fill in what's actually happening as the viewer.
Well, this movie could be based on me when you did a guy that's never camped. My entire crew started laughing. So that's me. You could have based this on me. Well, I said it's shot in Minnesota. I'm curious about the process. Where did you guys shoot? Was it hard finding locations? What was that like?
Well, ironically, I think in the script it said it's a remote woods, a remote lake deep in the woods. So Minnesota, 10,000 lakes. What could be easier, right? But it turns out the lakes that are kind of isolated in Minnesota they're swampy, and there's a lot of cattails, and they don't look like the central feature in a movie. So we ended up, and then if the lake looks nice, it's got docks and boats and cabins, so it doesn't feel remote. So we actually had a heck of a time trying to find the right location for this. And we ended up finding it up in Park Rapids by the Mississippi headwaters. It's almost a privately owned lake. So that was the key.
Yeah.
You're Wyatt, I think you said you wanted to do a movie that you would want to see. So Megan, let me ask you, because we just did a segment of classic horror Halloween movies. What are some of your inspirations? So I guess what I'm asking is, what scares the two of you? Are you more like a psychological thriller kind of film lover, or do you go on the more Freddy Krueger side? What scares you? What was the motivation?
Yeah, definitely the psychological thriller. We just recently watched Memento, which is a similar movie where you have to work. You have to put in the work, and it's fun to figure it out, and also creepy, and gives you sort of a chill. I'm not really into the blood and gore.
No, this is because even if you have to work, and we're going to have to work a little bit on this, there's still a great payoff, right, my friends?
Yeah, that's the idea. Is it's almost like if you like jigsaw puzzles, or you like escape rooms, or you like if you're a gamer. It's almost like a game, you have to really like figure it out. And at the end, it's fun, but you will have to like talk to your friends and say, so exactly what happened? It was complicated.
Yeah, but the payoff I think is pretty great.
Yeah.
Well, and now, just like a Psycho shower scene, now every time I get to my car, I'm going to check to see if there's a person in my trunk.
I always do that anyway. So.
Yeah. Guys, sincerely, congratulations on this. I personally can't wait. I'm a fan of this genre, and I can't wait to watch it. So I love films that are shot here. I applaud you guys, and continued success. And anytime you make another one, come back here and we'll scream it from the rooftops for you.
All right. Thanks so much. We really appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Wyatt and Megan, everybody. 3-Day Weekend is available on Amazon and at sleepercell.com. And don't forget, Wyatt McDill this fall on Fox. That's right. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. I'd watch that show, Kendall. Wyatt McDill. Ally McBeal's son. Beautiful shot there, Adam. You have the best crew, I'm telling you. Welcome back to our show. By the way, I got the address wrong. I'll just blame Leo. Here we go. 3-Day Weekend available on Amazon and sleepercell.tv, Kendall.
Oh,
I said
.tv.
something else. I don't know what I said, but sleepercell.tv.
Okay.
Support them. I'm going to watch this. Are you?
It looks horrifying.
Okay.
So probably.
What are you, a politician? You're avoiding the answer. Are you
Probably.
You want to come over? I'll put you in a hamster bubble. You'll be safe.
Thank you.
And you can watch the movie.
Thank
You
you.
can be in separate rooms if you want. Hey, don't forget, if you missed our show live, you can always see it later in the day on our YouTube channel. There it is right there with my Ron Burgundy suit. Search for The Jason Show on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button if you would, please. And the little bell will also let you know when we upload a new episode. This episode will conclude following these messages. There we go. I never wanted to be a drummer. Some people want to be like a rock star. I never, speaking, Eddie Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to be people? Oh, everybody wants to be a rock star. But
I was a drummer.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
I guess that makes me cool.
Sassy, party of two. Your table's ready. Sassy. Really? You're a drummer?
I played percussion in middle school, and then you had to pick choir or band. Some people did both. But.
This is a compliment. What didn't you do? I mean,
know.
you were Sporty Spice. You were in the band. You can sing opera. You can sing. You can dance.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. This is enjoyable.
No,
for
but
me.
seriously. Oh, wow. Oh.
Oh, Jeff doesn't believe me in all of my endeavors.
No, but you do. You can do everything. You're just talented. I can do this, and I can barely do this. I always said I have no other marketable skills. If this flushes down the toilet,
what are we gonna do?
I don't know. I'm gonna find hopefully someone in my trunk. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But no. Well, you're very talented, is what I'm trying to say.
Thanks, Jason.
Every day when I think I knew everything about you, I find out you're a drummer, or you were a drummer.
I was.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but 22 years ago, we lost Matthew Shepard in a senseless act of homophobic hate, strengthening a movement to replace hate with understanding. So on this day, I want to say my closing my signature closing with more love and more power. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, I want you to go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Nobody. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.